$4,240 for an American Buffalo 1-ounce proof gold coin from 2025. It is hands down the most expensive coin ever sold directly from the United States Mint. No other coin comes close except for the American Gold Eagle, dated 2025, in proof condition. Nonetheless, is it a mistake to buy a coin like this? Well, we'll try to answer that question in this video as we explore. Coin collecting always has its risks, no matter what kind of coins you collect, but especially modern coins. I know from firsthand experience, I've lost a lot of money buying coins directly from the United States Mint. That's one of the reasons why I stopped buying modern commemorative proofs from the United States Mint. I'm done. And so one can make an argument, well, why would you consider buying any other new bullion coin from the United States Mint when just a year later, or maybe even months later, you can buy it for a near spot? In fact, I'm going to show you an example here. I've got two coins here, and you can tell by the packaging that one should be a whole lot more expensive than the other. It's essentially the same coin. In fact, honestly, even this coin looks better than this coin. But we're going to take a look and see. Well, number one is packaging. I think packaging is important for a collector. And I love the packaging of this coin. This is a 2010 fairly high mintage gold coin with very nice packaging, except for it has known to have these little scuffs in the leather thing here. But nonetheless, the wood is very nice. It has a nice, brilliant finish here. Deep cameo finish. There it is from 2010. But they minted a lot of these. And we're going to go through the mintage numbers for the most common and rarest here later in the video. So I hope you will stay tuned for that. But, you know, if you're collecting coins like this, well, there are other types of collectibles as well. Summit Metals, the channel sponsor, actually has been getting a little bit more collectibles in. But they're mostly a bullion dealer. So you'll be able to find cheaper coins that are closer to spot price. They have some of the best deals out there, so check out Summit Metals. But this is just a very well-struck coin, I think, from 2010. Look at that deep cameo. But nonetheless, this coin can be had for fairly close to spot these days with original packaging. And it looks very, very nice. I'm going to pull that aside. And now we're going to look at the most expensive. It's crazy. This is just came in. And we're going to pull these out and compare both of these because I'm pretty disappointed in this. And the box isn't bad. I kind of like that it's a little bit smaller and it's pretty typical. You know, for the premiums you pay, it's really lackluster, honestly. But there it is. And this is the 2025 proof. Now, the only thing with this, it doesn't look bad, but it is slightly off-center, which is a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. And it also has some thinning on it. You can tell it has thinning, which means that the edge is upset. Has come across and spikes up through the rim there, because the capsule doesn't completely fit around the coin. It's not, and of course you can't push it down because of that lip there. But nonetheless, there it is. So if we compare these, you can see that I think some of the quality of the United States Mint is suffered a little bit here. Not nearly the quite defrosting level or the quality, I don't think, in 2025 compared to 2010. And they did have some issues with some of the 2006s, which was the first year of issue, that had somewhat decent packaging, but much lower premiums, and much lower premiums for the 2010. But here we are, and we can see that this coin has a little bit different frosting levels to it, and may not necessarily be a bad thing, but I kind of like a more deeper cameo like we saw in 2010. Notwithstanding, it's really about a gamble, essentially, and a risk that you're taking when you buy a coin like this. What is it going to mean down the road in terms of being able to get your money back on it? Well, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. The best example we can have for the Buffalo series is maybe 2008 with the fractional Buffaloes that were released back then. That is a possibility, but I think even more importantly is the lowest mintage 1 ounce coins, because in 2008 they made those, and those were relatively large mintages considering the fractional size, and some of the values of those have fluctuated in 2008. But we go back and find the most commonly minted year is the first year of issue, understandably so. In 2006, it was 246,267 coins. That's a lot for a proof coin, and which means you can find those things even 69 and even 70 for right around just above spot, like you can a regular bullion coin. In fact, some of the bullion mintages were less than that in subsequent years. In fact, in 2017, an uncirculated variety was just under 100,000, 99,500. In 2018, it was 121,000. So there have been uncirculated versions that had much lower mintages. Really, the key, I think, is going to be the 2008 W uncirculated proof Buffalo coin. That one has a mintage of 9,074. But as far as proofs are concerned, well, you would think with all the kind of the hype dying down after 2007, they fell dramatically to the point where in 2007 it went to 58,998. And then 2008 was even less common. It was 18,863, double the mintage of the uncirculated variety. In 2009 and 2010, very close numbers. 49,306, 49,263 respectively. So those were the highs. And then we go back and see that on subsequent years, the mintages fell dramatically. Tops around 21,000 in 2016. And so that's what we're dealing with here. So really, the least minted year that really saw a spike in value for the proof Buffalo was in 2020. That one has held on to its premiums. Essentially now, it's hard to find one for under $4,000 for the 2020 variety, and its mintage was at 11,887 in proof condition. And so that was a low marker year. Now, would it have been smart to buy it for this year, or for last year, 2024, which is still on sale at the United States Mint for the same price as the 2025? Because the 2024 is still available, and its mintage numbers so far are 9,412, which would make it the key for the proof variety of the of the Buffaloes. That seems like it would be a place to start. I could have done that, possibly, as it's for sale, and the prices of gold are so high, and the premiums are so high, like $900, that may be a sleeper. That one may be a good buy. But I decided to opt for the 2025 for two reasons. Number one, it's a fresh start at an all-time high for gold. Well, pretty close to it when adjusted by the numbers, the pricing matrix at the U.S. Mint's website. And so therefore, likely there's not going to be very many that are going to be sold in the first week or even 2 weeks. And who knows, if gold prices stay up as high as they have this year, more than likely it could be a much more potential for a sleeper, which means that even if it's for sale into 2026, which likely it will be because the mintage cap on it has shrunk by 2,000, its mintage cap is at 14,000, where the 2024's mintage cap is at 16,000. And we know 2024 is not going to reach that cap. In 2025, the prices stay where they're at, then it likely won't either. So what does this mean? This means that there's more potential for this to do well. Notwithstanding, today, as I record this video, gold dropped almost $100 an ounce. So that is going to play a role in terms of the future offerings of this coin, which could have been cheaper, and maybe it could have gotten one in a little better condition. I don't know. It's a gamble either way. I decided to take it for that one reason, but even more importantly, for me, it's not really so much about the it's not really so much about what the potential resale value could be, even if it bottoms out. I kind of want to just get a 1 ounce gold coin proof that is offered by the United States Mint. I only have one more to get if I can do it. If gold's price doesn't shoot up to $5,000 first, and that is the American Liberty that is be coming out later in the summer. And then I'll have all 3 of the 1 ounce proof gold offerings by the United States Mint for 2025, which would be a neat little collection. There's different ways to collect. So I have that to kind of fall back on, save for this thing just exploding in price. I'm not betting on it. It is a risk. Did I make a mistake? Well, with gold's price going down, I very likely may have. Or it very well could be that 2024's excitement for the proof gold buffalo, if they stop selling them tomorrow, be like the collector community very well may just shrug at that number. Who cares if it's a couple thousand less than the 2020? It may not matter. Rarity does not always equal what a price of something should be. That's the thing that people need to understand. Very important. Rarity does not equate to value. It's really about demand. Condition, rarity, and demand. And demand rules them all. It is the top of the chain. If there's not much demand for the 2025 during the time of its sale, and even less in the aftermarket, it won't matter. And by the way, something can be too rare as well. And the American Buffalo, even though it's 4/9 pure gold, first released in 2006, but legislation that created it was in 2005, which is another reason why I wanted to get this to commemorate it. There's not been as much excitement for the Buffaloes as there still is for the Eagles, which is one of the reasons why I got the 25 proof gold eagle too. Another reason because the legislation creating that was in 1985. So I think that's a good year to commemorate for both those coins. And then also for the American Liberty, it will be 10 years since the American Liberty series began. So that's another reason to get that sort of an anniversary type of deal. Nonetheless, I wish this coin had a bit more of a cameo proof to it, like this 2010, which is actually very cheap. If I want to get another one of these, I could, and much better, higher quality coin, better packaging, and all of it. Nonetheless, there's something about this, and who knows if I made a mistake or not. We'll find out in due course. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Did you get one? I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.